Trentino. That was last year, was it? That was a while ago now. Before the break, the MXGP World Championship finished the first quarter of the season at one of the most spectacular venues on the calendar. And as always, the MXGP of Trentino just delivered the most incredible atmosphere under the most beautiful setting. And it's something very special about that unique environment that just really helped to inspire the riders to up their game, which was a perfect way to head into the mini break.
One of the guys I spoke to in Trentino 5 weeks ago now was MX2 newcomer Noel Zanocz, and as a rider he's a 125 European champion, junior world champion. He was second in EMX 250 in 2025, and so when he came into the MX2 class, everybody expected him to be sort of right on the money and one of those guys challenging, as we've seen so many riders in the past from that EMX 250 class. And I asked him, I said, are you carrying an injury or is it this or that? He said, no. He said, I just felt I would be, you know, sort of there straight away.
So you are enjoying it or not?
Really good.
Really nice?
He was supposed to make pasta carbonara today.
I know how to make it on the good way, the Italian way. She did. Actually, when we met, she just straight up cooked for me a carbonara, but you cannot call it a carbonara because she put the whipped cream in it. And that's not a carbonara.
Sweet cream, heavy cream.
A heavy cream.
So obviously KTM is a really good bike, and I have been enjoying riding it. It's really cool to have Mattia as a teammate, and he has obviously a lot of experience with the KTM group, and yeah, he has a lot of let's say nice advices for me on the racetracks and everything. He has been a factory rider, so he knows what it takes to be up front, and yeah, he can share his opinion. We spent together with the team in the pre-season in Sardinia in January, and it was going really well. Then yeah, he was also helping a lot, like just in general. So yeah, it was a really nice time with him.
I like red boys. No, it looks really cool. Especially my first ever riding it was Azerbaijan, and it looks pretty similar to this one, so it's a little bit special for me. Obviously, I think take all of them at home and put them in a really good place next to my old jersey. So yeah, it's really cool. I really like the design. It's also the matching pants and all the service logo. I think it makes it really cool. So I can't wait to throw some fat whips in them.
Coming into Trentino, Simon Langenfeld, obviously the championship leader, defending champion, has been solid so far with 4 podiums from the first 4 rounds. And Sasha Kunin is kind of showing that he's maybe the likely contender to the crown in 2026. What Sasha Kunin has done, though, and has done very, very well, he's come in and won the first 4 qualifying races from Argentina, in Spain, in Switzerland, and then in Sardinia. Everyone was asking, can he do it again in Trentino? Well, that was an emphatic yes. And that was kind of the first time we've seen anybody go 4 in a row, 5 in a row this year in both classes. And the only other rider that did something similar was Jorge Prado in his final year in MX2, when he won 12 qualifying races in a row, but that's before it was for points. So the significance in this for Sacha Koenen is 5 wins, 50 points to the championship, and as a result of that, he is closing in fast on Simon Langenfeldt.
I've been always a really good starter when the rain came down, so it might be because of my weight or I don't know, just my vibe with the rain. I always love to ride in it, but yeah, the track didn't turn out to be that bad like what I expected. I thought it was going to be way more slippery, so I really tried to took it easy, calm in the first couple of laps, but didn't really pay off because I dropped back really quickly, so I was quite disappointed in that, but yeah, tried to ride a little bit my race, let's say, and just gaining the hours on the bike.
Koenen has been caught by Mattia Guadagnini and the hard-charging Spaniard Guillaume Ferrez on the Triumph, looking for his 3rd race win of the season. Look at McClellan pushing here, pushing hard, going to go the long way round again here, chasing dirt in those turns, rather than running the risk of back-end misbehaving in some of those hard, slick conditions. Can he get alongside the German? He can. Can he make the pass? Yes, he can. Langenfeldt struggling with the tear-offs right at the wrong moment. Raceless flies by the Hungarian. Moves up into 12th with 2 or 3 laps to go. Bit of deja vu for those two. 2025. But back to Zanocz, he was saying that just felt that he would come in and MX2 would be a lot easier, and he was caught out in Argentina with the pace, with the intensity. Of course, any little injuries that he's had didn't help. So he's now just trying to reboot himself and try to get back up to speed. Sacha Koenen wins race 1 here in Trentino.
At some stage with Reiselis and with Cas, you were still putting up a good fight. For me, you did really good. Okay. Yeah, he's been struggling a little bit in the winter, so we're trying to get him up to level. So I think, okay, he lost some positions, took a pretty good start, but I still do believe that, yeah, he did a good race. Physically, he's not in his best shape yet, so yeah, I said like, hey, speed was good, and physical shape we can work on, so you will get better every race.
We simply cannot talk about MX2 at Trentino without talking about Julius Mikula. Again, the Czech rider on the Osicka KTM is having an absolutely fantastic season. Again, improving on his best result with 4th overall, that 4th in the 2nd race. He started so well, and then only passed by Guillaume Ferrez on the factory triumph, and then of course the world champion Simon Langenfeldt, but the only 2 riders to pass Julius Mikula. So he is having a fantastic season, delivering now on all surfaces after a great result at Sardinia as well. So for sure, the podium is the next stop for him, and we're all excited to see how this young Czech rider can do.
Anche il Gran Premio, gli manca quella posizione al centro del podio per iniziare un percorso.
Back hole shots for the 19, Sacha Koenen. Maxime Gros of France on the Honda Matty machine. He emerges in 2nd. Langenfeldt, the number 1 defending champion, gets a better start, but he's quickly pushed back to 5th as Mikula finds himself in 2nd in orange, and then Evans St Everett's over the bars at the opening lap.
Che si vivono in 2 curve. Prima quella di Carlos che arriva ora.
Sasha Coonan, can he put this Grand Prix victory to bed? Perez trying his best to find his way past Maxim Grove, bottom of the hill. Grove goes wide, almost leaves the door open. In fact, one side of the track to the other, but Perez will just snap at his rear wheel, fence him to the outside, and Perez now in the 4th on the number 99. Here's your race leader coming out of the final turn. It's a perfect weekend for Sasha Coonan. He goes 1-1-1. He wins the qualifying race on Saturday. Both races on a Sunday. Sasha Coonan on top here in Trentino.
Yeah, really happy about it. I mean, second moto was really tough. I was pretty far and I was needed to push, so I pushed, but I didn't know that I was doing a podium, so, but no, feels really good, and it's the birthday of Lily, so everything is good.
It was a hard one, second moto. I had to dig deep, but yeah, no, happy. We're showing that we're capable to win in any kind of track, sand, hard putt, mud. So I'm happy. Not my favorite track, but today I think they did a better job. Rain didn't help because it was pretty hard back underneath and it was slick, but it was all right. It was the same for everyone. Thank you.
I don't know how I managed to win, but second motor was really good, and then made a mistake 3 laps ago. I was feeling good. I was not pushing at all, but just having a good flow.
So in a nutshell, Trentino was fantastic for Sasha Coonan, obviously winning all 3 races, closing to within 3 points of Simon Langenfelder, who had an off weekend and off the podium for the first time in 2026. But those two really standing out above everybody else. Guillaume Perez, he is now, 40 points off the lead, heading into France, 5 weeks. The break is going to be between those 2 races. The top 2 riders now really starting to pull clear. 40 points between first and third. That's a big margin with not even a third of the championship gone. And it's down to those guys, Perez, his teammate, everybody else, to try and pull their socks up and really take the challenge to the 2 KTM riders. So it's going to be interesting from France onwards. You have to be on the very top of your game, or building and being consistent to make things happen and to put yourself in the firing line.
So that was the red plate from Majora, which is that race. Also, this is the second GP and last that I won. And went a little bit up and down. We're still here fighting.
Man, I have such pain in my palms. Yes. But now we come back.
expected from the MXGP of Trentino?
Yeah, I mean, we don't have so much time when between two race weekends, so I basically normally train just one day on the bike, then one day in the gym, and then some cycling and some running. So yeah, the goal is to have a one day but really good work. Try to put in the work, and like today, feeling was to find the track, which is in similar condition to Trentino, which was really good today. Many runs, like hard pack. So the goal was just to get the feeling back from the sand of Riola and do some training. Didn't have so many hours on the bike lately because I had some physical problems. So I need to kind of get back in the race fitness and with the speed and especially with the train. So yeah, I can wait. It's gonna be like a crazy atmosphere. So I'm really looking forward for that.
The MXGP paddock arrived in Trentino immediately after the MXGP of Sardinia, and we really can't forget just how untouchable Lucas Koenen was there. He went 1-1 in the sand, even past Jeffrey Herlings to a victory, and he was fast, he was furious, and he was totally fearless. And the question coming into Trentino was, who can stop him? Because for the very first time this year, it really seemed like he made that red plate his own.
Prego. Vai, facciamo una foto.
Grazie.
Prego. Ciao, ciao, ciao.
This is like a special kit.
Yeah, we decided to make a kind of retro version of the 2006, so exactly 20 years ago, the KTM Enduro team, which was really iconic for the home GP. I always like to kind of go back with some old school design. And yesterday after the start practice, I got so many comments from the Enduro guys that were racing there back then. So that was really cool to see. And yeah, always trying to make something special and to go out of the standard, just because I like it.
Old school stuff, always good.
It's always good, yeah.
The atmosphere electric, as always here in Trentino. It's noisy, it's raucous. And would you believe it, Roman Venrooy over the Vauxhall shot line after qualifying 38. He didn't even finish the quali race. He leads on lap 1. The closest the Slovenian gets to a home Grand Prix, and he's right in the thick of it. Side door, Koenen throws it away. Wow, that's going to have massive implications at the top of the championship. Oh, look at that. De Wolf tried to lean on Renault. Renault had the last word. Adamo to the outside, Herlings double single. To the inside, keeps the wheel on the ground, and he gets the power down. There was a mistake from Adamo. Herlings finds his way through into 4th place. With that 47.869 from out of nowhere, Herlings all of a sudden believes he can win this race with about 3.5 minutes plus 2 laps to go. Back markers coming into play. Too early for Whiskey. Venrooy almost running into the back marker who crashed in front of him. Didn't know whether to go left or right. Venrooy knows he's there. Oh! Is there going to be scrap metal in this corner? Not quite. Herlings goes through. HRC Patronus, Jeffrey Hurlings wins race 1, his 3rd win of the season. What a masterclass that was from the number 84.
So here we are in the middle of the circuit here at Trentino, under the shadow of the beautiful Dolomite Mountains. But it's impossible to state how steep this is and how much steeper it is than it looks on TV. It seriously falls away. This is the uphill approach. And yeah, the rider's going to hit a bump on this and sail over into this downhill section. I'll just quickly show you how quickly this drops away as well. So it almost turns into a mini tabletop, and then they're headed down. Now, this is early on Sunday, so it's before EMX 250. At the moment, it's relatively smooth, but it will get choppy, especially through the GP races. It falls away rapidly here. Down you go. On the inside, there is a little bump, so sort of trying to even things out. And looks like you could sail around the outside really well. But what happens then is there's a pinch point over at this corner. And again, this corner is so much tighter than it looks on TV. It really comes back around on you, and that's why you see so many passes heading out towards the far end of the circuit up here.
5-second mortal turn, heads down, revs up. Lucas Kuhnen emerges. So too does Kai de Wolf. Which one was it? It was very, very close. Kai de Wolf on the 74. The Stan Husqvarna. Former MX2 World Champion, leading Lucas Kuhnen, Tim Geiser, 5 titles. Tom Vial, 2 world titles on the number 16. Maxime Renault, former world champion. Oliver Hurlings, a 5-time champion. Kai de Wolf just losing the lead to Lucas Kuhnen. He messed up coming out of the left-hand turn, but all of a sudden Lucas Kuhnen, he capitalised on a mistake from Kai de Wolf, the rookie to the class. And this is your first 3 on screen. Not going to be able to win the Grand Prix here at this rate. Geiser around the outside, finds his way into second. Aggressive move on de Wolf in the background. That was probably the ooze and the ahs. Oh, I tell you what, rear wheel right between the shoulder blade there. Vial out of 5th place. Hurlings does get up the inside, and he's going to have the optimum line at the top of the hill, or is he? He'll double single his way through. It worked for him in the first race, and it works again in race 2. This time on Kai de Wolf. Hurlings now up in the 3rd. We got a back marker, then Geiser. Oh, and de Wolf just tips over from 4th place. Doesn't lose a position. Right, Kuhnen has been down because he's got de Wolf all over the back of him. Kuhnen out of the lead, and he's beaten over the bars as well. Listen to the noise. Tim Geiser, the Monster Energy Yamaha rider, takes his first race win of 2026 in blue. They love it. The team will love it. Geiser, absolutely ecstatic. And once again, he celebrates in front of his fans up there in Geiser Corner.
One thing you want to do when you're going into a 5-week break is come away from that final round, going into that break, on a high with a good result. Jeffrey Hurlings did that, managed to stand on the top step of the podium in Trentino. He equals Tim Geiser's record of 6 wins around the Il Ciclamino racetrack. And so for him, Honda HRC Patronus, Giacomo Garibaldi, of course, the team owner, you know, they're leaving Trentino up here. So too, Tim Geiser, even though he was riding with, and we didn't know this at the time, broken ribs, or a broken rib or 2, cracked, fractured, from his crash in Sardinia, he managed to be solid in the first race, came away with a win in race 2, his first in blue as a new rider, and in MXGP, of course, you know, for Tim Geiser with his new team. Tom Vial, another great weekend in Trentino for him, on the podium and still very much in the fight. Lucas Kuhnen, he may not have been at his best, but he still holds a 4-point advantage as we head into that break Next round is France, and so for the top 3-4 riders in the championship, don't forget Tom Vial, of course, Romain Febvre, France is going to be absolutely epic. Everyone's going to be chomping at the bit to get that gate drop and to show that the last 5 weeks hasn't been just spent sitting on the couch or on the beach.